Thank you, everyone. This is Nicki Keohohou, CEO and co-founder of the Direct Selling World Alliance. We are so happy that you are here with us and that you care enough about your family and your personal health and wealth that you took the time out to be here with us. Today I have with me Bill Coleman. Bill, do you want to say hi?
Hello, everyone. Welcome from Dallas, Texas, where it's a beautiful day at 38 degrees. I'm just kidding. 60 degrees in Dallas.
It's not good compared to Hawaii, trust me.
Okay.
I am looking forward to having all your questions from everybody that's on the line with us today. You can go into the Q&A and write any question you have, and we'll be answering those throughout the time that we're here together. So again, Bill Coleman, I've known for many years. Bill has been part of the direct selling profession for many years. He has worked with different companies and done training and coaching. He has gone through the DSWA Coach Excellence School, and I've known him as a person that when he makes up his mind, he's going to do something, he does it. And that's what he's done here. He has worked with us for the last very long period of time to create this program for all the best insurance products that we could bring to you. The things that we felt were necessary, and there's more to come. We've got a whole list we're still working on, so you're just going to see the tip of the iceberg today and learn a little bit. We want to make sure you take notes. You also can invite your spouse to join you because we want that person to understand and know too, and to get to know us. So as a member of the DSWA, you're going to have access to a great insurance program amongst everything else. And I'm going to tell you why we went about this. I knew a woman, and I could say her name, and many of you would know her too, but she was a beautiful soul. And she moved to number one in her company. And when she was number one in her company, she passed away of an aneurysm. And her company did not have a successory plan. Therefore, what happened was her whole entire organization rolled up to her upline. And her husband and children were left without an income. And she did not have a plan with life insurance or anything else to cover that situation. We want you to be protected. We know what the cost of insurance is right now, what it takes for people to get insured. And it is expensive. Doesn't matter what age. Doesn't matter how many children you have. Or even if it's with your company, many of the companies now are charging us for insurance, meaning a job. And we want you to move beyond that job so that you can be home with your children, with your partner, and to be able to build your business with the security of knowing that your health and wealth are handled and that we partnered with you in doing that. So I've got a few questions to ask Bill tonight to have him share with you some thoughts around the direct selling profession and what we are bringing to you, but also starting with insurance. So what changes have you recently seen in the insurance industry out there, Bill?
Well, and thanks, Nikki. I appreciate it. We try to make things simple at US Health One, and we've got over 15 to 16 agents now and growing, and a good executive team. But three things that we've seen over the last 6 to 7 months to a year are really threefold. One is that people are sick and tired of all the confusion and chaos that comes with just getting an individual plan if they're just on their own, or if they're actually trying to get a group plan at work. And the major reason that it's such a heartache to do that and so difficult is because the plans don't fit their health. So plans are in many cases, because of some of the larger carriers that we know, which I won't mention, they're just based off a chart. So it's a chart that's filled out, whether it's a group plan at work or something individual that you're calling if it's Obamacare, and it's not really focused in on your health, both your health from a historical trending basis or going forward. And that's the number one thing that we do. So all our agents are taught to focus in on someone's health, and what will happen for you as an individual is that your premium is going to go down, and most importantly, you're not going to go through that arduous process again the next year. And that's what people are sick of. The second thing that we've seen that's been apparent is these high deductible health plans. Basically what that means is that just like our mortgage and our car payments, we'll take a high deductible because we want to get the premium lower because we don't have a lot of money. and we want to go ahead and say, okay, I'll take a $12,000, $15,000 deductible for my family to keep the premium somewhere inside my budget. That works until you have a critical illness. Most people don't have $15, $16, $18, $20,000 to pull out of the bank to take care of a critical illness like cancer, stroke, and heart attack. And so then they're stuck. We have medical bankruptcy from there, and/or to trying to get a loan that they can't necessarily get, and it gets in a tough situation for them and their family. And the third is that there's a lot of private companies that are now taking on their own healthcare, small companies. And that moves into 1099s, which specifically speaks to all of the great people that are on today. How do we get healthcare easy? I only have one person with me, or I do have a downline of 10. They're not W-2s. They're all 1099s like me. How am I able to offer them and give them some advice or get them to a place that can help them based on their needs for quality health care? And that's really what I've seen as a change, the three big changes. And the neat thing is that third one is where we are today.
Beautiful. We have a couple of other questions that have come in, so we can clear this up at the beginning so they'll feel confident in what we're talking about here. So one is this accidental coverage, or does this cover sick visits to the doctor, etc.? We do have that.
Correct, yes. Health insurance basically is in four parts. It's accident, it's sickness, it's illness, and it's services. So it's
what was the last one?
Services. So people like services like teledoc, the ability to call a doctor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and get up to and including prescriptions over the phone. Very convenient service. So there's a host of services that people like and need that have added into the true value of a plan. And so the other three that I mentioned in those boxes are essentially what a health plan encompasses. And so as someone looks at a plan, whether it's ours or anyone else's, I really highly advise them to focus in on each one of those boxes I mentioned and get a clear understanding of both the value and the definition of each.
Beautiful. Here's a couple of other questions. Is this accidental coverage, or does this cover sick visits to the doctor, etc.? Oh, I think I just asked that one. How about pre-existing conditions?
Sounded better.
Yes. Do pre-existing conditions stand in the way?
Well, the pre-existing conditions are all, it's all relative. Yes, we can get a plan for pre-existing conditions. You can do that in one of two ways. There's an indemnity plan that you can get, which basically says on average, it covers 10 critical illnesses. And that's a plan that people can buy that basically say these fixed critical illnesses will get a check up to, one of the plans we have is $50,000, will be cut directly to the person for any of those critical illnesses specifically. So if you do have a pre-existing, it will not cover that pre-existing, and they look back 24 months to see anything that you have that's pre-existing. Let's just say it's cancer, and you had cancer a year ago. You're good for the last year, but obviously it hasn't been 2 years. So they'll look at that as a true pre-existing. The other side of that is they will now hold that particular critical issue that we won't cover it, just that one, for 24 months going forward. But the other 9, stroke, heart attack, kidney failure, what have you, we will cover that.
That is good. And you know what's great, Bill, is with our concierge service that we're offering for all of our members, they're going to be able to go into and make a call, and they will have a person that will be able to, an agent, a licensed agent, that will be able to work with them to find out what their needs assessment is. So it's not a sales call. It's a call to find out what you're looking for so that we can get you matched up and save you some money. That's an exciting thing for me.
Absolutely.
So a couple of other questions. You know, what makes group plans continue to increase so much?
That's what people are pulling their hair out, which I have none, by the way. But it's the group plans keep increasing because if you have a bad year, let's just say whether it's a company of 12 or a company of 12,000, typically it's a broker that is being used for a larger company. They don't want to do all that themselves, so it's a broker that they'll go to. to negotiate prices with a carrier like Blue Cross Blue Shield, United, Cigna, and Aetna. So that's basically the structured relationship. Secondly, to answer your question, when they have a plan that they bought, and when, let's just say, 45% of the people got cancer, heart attack, sickness, stroke, they had a bad year, those plans are going to skyrocket. The unfortunate aspect of that is there's people in that plan that are healthy. Well, they've got to be washed into that as well. And so unfortunately, you now have someone who could be a spouse of a primary member that now is paying outrageous prices, and that person's healthy. And so what we typically do to make sure that we honor the integrity of someone's plan that has a group plan is we don't touch the primary person. So Nicki is in there with her husband, Saf, in a group plan. Nicki by herself is paying $250 because it's a big company. They have a lot of places where they can move that money around to make it equitable. And Nicki's paying $250 a month for a plan, very, very inexpensive. It makes a lot of sense. As soon as she brings on Saf and her 2 or 3 kids, that plan is upwards of almost $1,000. What we do to help everyone involved, including the company, is we'll only take the people who are the spouse and the children off the plan who are healthy to be able to now lower the total spend for that family by having them on 2 plans. If you leave them on the same plan, to answer your question even deeper, that is when their prices and the increase in those premiums are skyrocketing. Worst is when they leave the company and they want to go out and get their own plan, they then see that the company's actually been paying 50% of that premium. And that's when they get sticker shock because they see how expensive Obamacare is. And so we help them then as well.
That is amazing. A couple of other questions, and I think it's good we just to answer them as we go because, then the people will be able to hear what's next. What about X-rays, CTs, etc.?
Those are all included in the plan. Those are diagnostic things that we have that are buried in every plan. And so every plan that you see, we walk you through the different categories, professional services, diagnostics. All of the pieces in our plan are very easy to understand, and they are covered appropriately in each plan that we have.
And the next question is, where do I get a quote? Do you want to tell them how to get a hold of you?
Sure. The number that you'll see hopefully at the end on the screen, you call that number. We've got the way our company is set up. We have directors that run each particular market that we're in. One of our biggest markets and most exciting markets is direct selling. Donna Watson is the director over that market, and she and her staff will take those calls immediately. We're already set up in the telephone system and waiting for the call.
And that number is 888-417-0743, and you can put it at extension 1. Ask for extension 1, and it will go into a rotation through different names or different people, different agents, so that you get one that isn't busy. So we want to make sure you get taken care of. You can also write to insurance at DSWA.org and set up a time, or you can go onto the website, and there's a place to schedule a call right there on the website. It's best to schedule a call so they can talk to you to understand your needs. Then that's how you save money, because I'm pretty healthy. I didn't need a big program. I needed just in case program. I went to the doctor, I think, twice last year, and that's
wow.
my family. Yeah, so we're pretty healthy people. I just do major accidents. That's all I do is big falls. Okay, so I also was asked here, would you please repeat the 4 parts of the health plan? That was I thought.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. It's illness, sickness, accident, and services.
Good. So hopefully we got that. And then here's another one. Is it available in all 50 states?
Yes, it is.
Isn't that exciting? We're doing it. It's happening. Okay, I have another question for you, Bill. So what's the premise of US Health One?
Well, we're not insurance people on purpose, because we've been in the insurance industry for a while. And one of the things that we think we bring to the table is innovation. The executive staff are all from corporate America. That was not necessarily insurance. I myself started at IBM, and spent about 20 years in large companies. And what we did is we brought the best of breed from those industries into insurance. And what do I mean by that? We make insurance simple. We make it scalable. So if you need more insurance, we have it for you. If you don't need it, we don't sell that to you. And the third is we do some fun things that give you the ability to both be preventive. There's a good deal of wellness that we have, but we stay with you as advisors. And so we only work in, for the most part, we work with businesses and associations. And so we have 5 target markets that we focus in on. We already talked about direct selling, direct selling. Trucking is the second market. College is the third market. Family is the fourth market that we focus on. And the association industry itself is the fifth market. And so we are actually now pushing into another 2 markets going into 2020 with some exciting news coming to you as well, Nicki. So that premise that we have is to stay very strong in those markets and basically bring a simple, fun, easy to understand approach to insurance, and then be able to, most importantly, customize it to the needs of your members.
Thank you. Hey, another person just asked, what other kinds of insurances can we get besides health in through the program?
Great. Well, one of the differentiators that we have in the company as well, kind of as an adjunct to what you asked, is we have bundles. And as you know, we spent quite a bit of time with you creating a bundle that fits your members. So we have in that bundle health products, which we've been talking about here the last few minutes. We also have life products. And then we have wealth products as well. Let me give you an example. Each bundle is graduated. So we have a bundle that starts you out called Essential, and that's a DSWA bundle. It has just enough, as Nicki mentioned before. It's just enough health insurance, just enough life, and obviously just enough wealth. So let me give you examples of that. On the health insurance side, it would be something to the effect that there's things in there like Teledoc, which I mentioned earlier. Is a product that you just need to make phone calls to a licensed physician that can then give you both advice as well as prescription value by using that. You add in dental, vision, and a little bit of health, and then that is in essence what you have on your health portion of an essential bundle. On the life portion, it would be a term insurance of 10 years. The third part of that, which is the wealth, has simple things in there like credit repair, budgeting 101, scheduling, things like that, that once again is just enough. It's an extremely affordable plan for very healthy people. We then graduate that to the elite plan, which kind of makes sense, hopefully, from where I'm going. A little bit more health, a little bit more wealth, and a little bit more life. And what we're seeing, by the way, before I get to the executive plan, is this health and wealth are going together, which is really answering a portion of what you asked me before, the premise of our company. It's the problem that we're solving, is that people are having medical bankruptcy now. It's the health insurance and wealth insurance are becoming very closely aligned because people are not able to afford their health insurance. Unfortunately, their health is going down, so they are in essence having medical bankruptcy. And so the third plan is an executive plan, which has a lot of health in it. It's more of a major medical type plan. And then obviously on the life insurance, that's a $250,000 term plan for 10 years. And on the wealth side of that large plan would be things like annuities and 401k, things like retirement planning, things like that.
Mm. And we also plan to bring on some travel insurance, some liability insurance, some pet insurance. So we've got a lot of other things that are in the works. So this is just a start. So you want to keep checking back. Say, Helen wrote a nice note, and Helen is one of our clients. She already has signed up and ready to go. She says, these guys are the best. They keep their word, they follow through, and seriously care about helping you. I think that is really a thoughtful thing, Helen. Thank you so much for sharing that. And we're happy that you're on the call because you're learning more here. So thanks. Let's take a look at another question here. You know, what type of people, well, we already talked kind of a little bit about what type of people are already in the company. We've talked about all you great guys that are over there. So
Well,
how did
thank
you
you.
decide on the final products for our association? How did you decide on those?
To your point, Nikki, we've sat with your folks quite a while and been able to, and I want to add to this, we have those products that we just kind of talked about. We also have product designers. So I'm working hard at being able to partner with people that can actually design product. And that's in essence what we've done for you. We have products, let me be more specific. If most people are healthy, they're female, they are in a particular age group, the only things that they may have had relative to health issues or during pregnancy or things like that, we actually can design a product around that. Some that now to the next level may have had some different things that, health-wise, a little bit older. There's certain things that they have that we don't want to put them into a cookie cutter plan. We have designed products to be able to do that. And so we try to make sure from industry to industry, from direct selling to trucking to college, that we're very, very concerned about profile. So the profile of the people is what we study, and then we make the products second. Most of our competition does it the other way around. It's all product, they fit you into that product, and you have to now adhere to that. We don't want to do that. So we rather spend the time up front asking you the questions in particular, Nikki, that we need to get answered about the profile of the ladies in this industry, as well as your association, and then come in with a product that fits.
Well, thank you, Bill. And the other thing is you can always make suggestions. If you get to the website, DSWA.org, you'll see insurance, click on insurance, look at what's in there, but we also can customize programs specifically for you. So we didn't put everything up there because it's too many choices. We put simple packages that you could look at, but you can also write in and say, hey, you know what, can we get this? Can we get this? I know we've been getting a lot on one particular type of insurance that people are looking for that knew we were coming out with this. But this is one of the newest benefits for DSWA that is launching right now. And any of you, some of you said, what else can you get? We also have access. We're working with the largest supplier for Medicare insurance. And now we have an extension that we've been given for supplemental insurance for people that are on Medicare. So tell the people on your team that are of a more senior age, we're actually called WOW women, women of wisdom. And so if you have any women of wisdom or men of wisdom on your team, let them know that we have that available to you. Here's another question. How competitive are the products?
Very competitive. What would you expect me to say? Of course we are. No, I'm just kidding you. We are. It's very competitive, and and that's why I really appreciate Mrs. Fellows coming in, Helen Fellows, because she's an example of working with one of the top people in our company, who's head of agent growth, Ken Ledford. She worked with him and got exactly what I've been talking about. She got a plan that fit her, and the pricing, without a doubt, had to be at least, now again, I haven't asked Ken, but I think I'm going to be pretty close on this. I'm going to say 20 to 25% lower than whatever else she was looking at. So we make sure, because once again, the reason I'm able to say that without looking is because most people have too much health insurance. They've just bought what was there. It was Obamacare. It was the open enrollment time. They took what they needed. Back 2 to 3 years ago, they had the mandate that they were worried about. So they just crammed in whatever they could to make sure they made it in time before the gate went down. And number two, they didn't understand what kind of insurance fit them, if it was from the company that they were with, or it was just from a friend. And so they wound up with too much health insurance. And so we're able to come in and, as I mentioned, fit them into the proper both bundle as well as individual insurance from from the way that in which we got the information from there about their health.
And you can't always get dental and other things. You get what's the bare minimum. I love our dental insurance. It was interesting because we had a group policy for our employees here at DSWA, and we dropped that group policy because it was just out of sight what we were paying. And we came in and it's about half of what we were paying. So we know that we're being very fair in what we're bringing to people. So just check it out and find out what's there. So, I got to work with Bill and the team of agents there. And We talked about behavioral styles, what we teach in DSWA. We talked about coaching skills and the coach approach and how to ask questions. So just like you don't want to just be selling and telling. Well, they don't either. They want to meet your needs. So be very clear about your health. Be very clear about what you're looking for. Be clear about what price range you're looking at when you talk to these agents, because guess what? They really do want to serve you. That's what they're here for. So let me see if we have any other questions. We've got great questions that have been coming in.
Sure.
Is liability insurance available yet? Not yet. We're working on it. We got a couple of different opportunities, and I know that that's a need, because if you're wanting to do your fair and rodeo or bazaars and things, we're going to have that. So hang in there. That's on the list very quickly. These are family plans that cover my husband and kids, right? Yep. Or you can get an individual, or just you and your husband, or you can get your whole family, or just your kids. So there's a lot of different ways you can go about this. Bill, do you have anything else to add here?
Well, we're excited. We've got people poised here to help, and I like what you said, Nikki. We don't push people. One of the things that that bristles us in this industry is the deceptive methods. Let's just be honest, that sometimes exist in this industry. Everyone here has been handpicked. We have many people we don't bring in. It's a certain brand that we have, and you know us, Nicki. You and I have been close friends for a long time. You know me, and now you know a lot of my staff. We really mean what we say when we talk about brand. That's first. And if someone doesn't fit the brand, they're probably not going to have a great time here. So what we do, as an example of that brand, is we really take our time, just like you said, and get a true needs analysis. And guess what? Which really proves my point. Sometimes we might not be able to help you. And we might say, we just can't help you in this particular situation. It's rare, but if that's the case, all of our agents are taught, make sure you're honest. And here's why. Just like anyone that's selling a product with honesty. People love hearing people be honest, and they like them being real. And that's how you get referrals. Because maybe you're the people, the person that sits with you and says, from our staff, I can't necessarily help you in this, but do you know anyone else that might be available for me to talk to that's similar, but not necessarily exactly like this in this situation? It's amazing how many people say, I had a great experience here with you. I do have someone that I could have you talk to. That means a lot to our company.
It does, and to us too at DSWA. So
Sure.
if you want, this was a question that came in. If we want to call our doctors to see if they are in the network for them, what do we say the name is? I think part of that is, I don't know that you'd want to call your doctor first. I think you'd want to call them, because it depends on the plan. Is that correct, Bill?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And we do that for you as well. That's I actually just got off the phone with someone from your membership base, Nicki, and she asked me the same question. She said it's a PHCS network is what a network is that we use, which is very, very well known. Over hundreds and hundreds of thousands of doctors are in that network. We will call them for you, and the reason we do that is in certain cases they haven't updated the website. Not our fault, but I have trained everyone there's nothing better than old school, right? You give us the name of the doctor, we will call that doctor's office and simply ask them, are you in the PHCS network? And then we can get back to you and tell you that yes, they are, or they're not.
Well, that's great. So that's, again, another point of service. So what we want to wrap up with here in a minute is just to say, if you know people that are in a job that they don't want to be in any longer, or they want their husband or their partner to come join them in the business, but they can't because of the benefits, be sure to share this page, this recording, this link. You were on this recording, you'll get a copy of it that'll come to you. And we just really want to be there in service of you. So, Bill, do you have anything to wrap up with? No,
just and as I mentioned, really, really excited. Nicki, you look great today, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
And just really hopeful that we will get many people calling. And like we said, we will get a needs analysis. But I think hopefully what you'll get, most importantly, is a great experience. We want to give you a different kind of experience than you get from the 18 calls you probably get a day for health insurance. You won't get that here. You'll get someone that cares, that's knowledgeable, and that will give you the straight truth and be able to help you with a very affordable, broad-based, both health, life, and wealth plan.
Beautiful. And then someone asked, can someone who's not a DSWA member get this insurance? This whole program has been exclusively designed for the DSWA members. Remember, it's a very small amount per month, or you can pay $89 a year and you're done. And our new app is coming out in the month of January. So you're going to have access to that app free as a member with a lot of training and resources that are all new to you. And by the way, if you enjoyed this Zoom call today, we now have a new benefit here too for you. For $9.95, you get the enterprise level of Zoom. So we hope that you'll check that out too. It's in our Alliance Partner area under About. So I don't see any other questions that have come in. Your last chance, everybody. We want to hear from you, but we're just so looking forward to offering these benefits in service. Yes, you are part of the direct selling profession. You are a professional person. You are in a professional association. So naturally, we want to bring benefits to you. So thanks again, and we hope we see you all again soon in the future. You continue to write into insurance@dswa.org if any questions come up. Again, the number, I wrote it down earlier, is 888-417-0743, extension 1. You'll get a recording, and it will go through a rotation amongst the agents. That way someone can answer you. You can always write also, and we'll make sure we get back with you quickly. The hours of our agents are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time in the U.S. So thanks, everyone. Thanks, Bill. We love you and your team.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Have a great day, everyone.